This week's pick was done by Adam. It was 2012's Vampire Dog.
Yeah, it was a scary one.
It was not scary at all.
An enduring friendship forms when a boy adopts a 600-year-old vampire dog, and together they try to stop a mad scientist who wants its DNA. There's the poster.
I had very low expectations for Vampire Dog because it looks like it's jumping on that vampire bandwagon. And for that subject matter, Lost Boys is probably my favorite.
I think I had realistic expectations for the movie. It's called Vampire Dog, so I mean, I just hoped it was going to be scarier.
Oh yeah, it wasn't scary at all.
It was.
What we ended up with was a very run-of-the-mill tween movie.
Yeah, single parent again, new kid in town trying to find his way.
You know, the kid's a loner. He has a talent that he's afraid to show people.
And a lot of the adults in the movie were stupid. Now, in real life, I find a lot of adults to be stupid. But it's a bad message to send to kids.
I don't know if this would be considered a bad message, but again, as a result of it being a tween movie, I found it very unrelatable because the protagonist's love interest was, she wasn't very cute. And also, her friends, the other 12-year-old girls, were way more attractive.
What did make this atypical for a tween movie was that it did feature a vampire dog.
Well, vampire being very loose.
That's true. He wasn't afraid of crosses or garlic, and he didn't sleep all day, and he could go out in the sun.
He didn't suck blood.
Yeah.
And instead, the vampire powers that this dog did have included that he moved really fast.
Mind control, talking.
Yeah, which was really confusing because this is a 600-year-old dog from Transylvania, and yet the voice was done by Norm Macdonald.
I don't know, Zed. Maybe people in Eastern Europe do talk like Norm Macdonald.
What?
That was a Norm Macdonald impression.
So instead of drinking blood like a normal vampire dog would, Fang ate Jell-O the entire time.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a legal thing or what, because they didn't call it Jell-O, they called it jelly, which was so distracting.
Yeah, it was really distracting, which makes me wonder, why didn't they just have him eat bacon or steak?
Any other food would have been fine. But in the dog's defense, I did look it up, and in certain parts of the world, they do refer to gelatin as jelly.
But then what do they call jelly?
Jealous.
The vampire dog also gave really bad advice to the boy.
He's 600 years old and from another country, so already he's out of touch with American teenagers. But the boy and the girl, the love interest, are hanging out and things are going really well. And per the dog's advice, he's like, "Will you go out with me?"
And she says no. Why would he say, "Will you go out with me," when they've already been hanging out? And, you know, the dog didn't even recommend that he ask one of the cuter girls out. And, you know, movies like this give such a bad influence on kids because even for myself when I was in middle school, instead of just hanging out with girls, I would go up to them and say, "Will you go out with me?" They said no every single time.
Well, that's probably because you were a weird kid and they didn't want to go out with you.
In conclusion, Vampire Dog was...
I agree. A little of the weirdness in the movie was explained by the Film Board of Canada logo in the credits, but I thought they tied everything up really nicely at the end with that blooper reel.
You said blooper reel.
I did?
Yeah.
But at the end, they tied it all to... blooper reel. But in the end, they tied it all together with a blooper reel. Oh, Zed, all over the bed.